I don't know how well the camera is going to pick this up, but it is very icy out here in the driveway today. Pretty much entirely ice. I got to go and feed the chickens, so I've got to traverse the ice. I want to be very clear. I am not complaining about this ice. I just want to share it with y'all. I actually kind of welcome it. It can be dangerous, it can be inconvenient, but it's only been icy and snowy for like 2 weeks here, and as you all know, I have not really experienced ice or snow or winter like this in a few years. You know, I grew up in Pennsylvania where stuff like this is common. You know, this happens. It's wintertime. And so being that it's only been a few weeks, I actually welcome it. You know, I haven't seen it in a while. If I was living up in the true Northeast where you have to deal with this for months at a time, I'd probably get tired of it. But down here, just for a little bit, I enjoy it. I like the winter wonderland. But you can see, well, maybe you can see on the camera, where the sun hits, there are places where everything has melted, like this turn specifically. And then there's other locations where it's shady, and so things have not melted. Trying to walk up to the nursery here. Just wanted to take a pit stop on the way to the chickens and check on how all the trees are doing. As you can see, and probably hear from my crunchy snow ice footsteps, the nursery is totally snowed in. All of these pots are pretty frozen. I am definitely not moving any trees, moving any soil, planting any seeds anytime soon. Fully snowed in. So we're gonna learn if fall sowing in conditions like this is good or bad. I mean, I would imagine that most of these seeds probably are frozen. There's, you know, hazelnut, pawpaw, oak, all sorts of seedlings in most of these beds, not all of them. I've also got 2 beds here, one with black walnut, one with American persimmon, that have not been lifted from the bed. So we're gonna see if these trees can overwinter in an air-printing bed, which again, they're propped up off the ground, so there's airflow underneath. They're not insulated underneath by the earth. So we're gonna see as a test how the trees and the seeds do with this, you know, at least slightly, if not significantly colder weather compared to the last few winters I've had growing trees in North Carolina. My guess is that most of these seeds and trees are going to be fine. They should be adapted and hardy to these colder conditions, but we're gonna find out. I'm not 100% sure. The other thing to note is that this has been a colder winter kind of across the board in a lot of places, and so even if I had stayed in North Carolina, there was some snow down at that farm. Not as much as here, but there was some snow and cold weather, so it would have been a colder winter whether or not I had moved. But still, regardless, it is an adjustment. Again, one that I was kind of expecting coming to a slightly colder climate here with the move, but yeah, it's an adjustment. There's been probably almost a month total of time this winter where I have not been able to move trees because of the frozen cold conditions. And it looks like that's going to continue for at least another few weeks, if not another month or two. So if you are waiting on trees from me, know that I'm itching to get them out. But until this pretty stuff melts, there's nothing I can do. We just gotta wait for spring. It will arrive. And also, we've got plenty of trees still in stock if you'd like to get an order in with us. You know, we're going to start shipping as soon as it gets warm again. And if you'd like to buy some trees from us, we'd be happy to get you on the list of orders that will be going out as soon as it warms up. But for now, it is on to the chickens. It's a little bit treacherous going up and down hills in the ice, but you just got to go slow, you know. Be very aware of how you're walking and always be ready to, catch yourself. Additionally, I'm never sure exactly what the sequence is going to be in terms of uploading videos. I film a lot of stuff while I'm doing my day-to-day tasks. Not all those videos make it up online, and sometimes I choose to upload older stuff first. Sometimes I upload newer stuff first. So it's a whole mixed bag. But what I'm trying to say is, in addition to trees, we've got a good number of seed and tubers available. And this week, I'm trying to add a lot more. So maybe there'll be a video on that, on the seed update to the web store. Maybe there won't. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I definitely will be sending out a newsletter. I'll put some posts up on Instagram and Facebook with what all is new. It's definitely going to be persimmon seed. I've got some evening primrose. That's a new wildflower seed that I have not offered before, as well as we've got tons of sunchoke tubers, black locust seed. I was able to get a small amount of honey locust seed from the Hershey nursery. I've got a few people that are kind of on a wait list who have been asking for that seed. I'm going to go through and reach out to you all first. Once I know, I still don't know how much seed I have. I got to process all the pods probably today. But if I have enough to offer broadly on the website, I will. And we'll just see. It was kind of a light year for honey locust. That's a whole other story that, again, I'll try to talk about in the seed video. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much it. You can see this whole area gets a lot more sun, and so there's no snow, well, very little snow and no ice compared to back up by the nursery and the house where it's much shadier. You can see if I turn here, where there is more shade in the woods, you can see the snow. That's kind of the general theme here. All right, you guys are getting to see post-processing Nick here. I had one thing I wanted to say about this video walking around the nursery in the frozen cold. I needed some soil for some seed starting stuff indoors just the other day, and I had to go out into the nursery. I took a shovel to one of the air pruning beds, which does not have seed in it. It's not finished being set up for 2025 growing season. And so I just tried to take a little bit of soil out. I had to really chip at it with the shovel because it was frozen. But once I got through those top few inches, the center was not only thawed and workable, there was live wiggling worms in there. And so I just feel like that's an important detail that kind of really describes what's going on here. It is cold, there's a lot of stuff that is frozen, but even an air pruning bed, which is relatively small and above the ground, not connected to the earth, is thawed on the inside. Hopefully it stays that way. We've got 2 days next week where it's going to be below 30 for like 48 hours. It's going to get down into single digits at night. Hopefully, things probably are going to freeze a little bit harder during that time frame. We'll see. But yeah, I just figure that's an important detail, to me anyway, that gives a little bit more explanation, paints the picture of what's going on in this landscape. Anyway, thanks for being with me.